Welcome. Sorry, apologies. Welcome to, I don't know, the Critical Canadian channel. Maybe I'll make a new channel. Who knows? If this is your first time watching, please subscribe, hit a like button. You know the deal. Today, I'm going to do a lot of yapping. First thing I want to yap about, ostriches. Ostrich farms in Canada. Never thought that, one, I don't even know how many ostriches live in Canada. Two, that ostrich farms would be a big thing. And three, that to be headline worldwide news for Canadian. Now you might be asking, why would the RCMP need to escort federal investigators to execute a search warrant on ostriches in Canada? Now, let me tell you, this ostrich farm debacle goes back quite a while. And just to give you a brief little synopsis on what's happening. There was a BC ostrich farm where a bunch of ostriches got the bird flu. A lot of them got sick and died, but a lot of them recovered. And so now what this farm is saying is that because these birds have recovered, they have immune system support against the bird flu, which could possibly mean that there's vaccinations in the future for not just ostriches, but all birds and even humans, I think. Does the bird flu jump to humans? I don't know. Not something that I'd ever think about talking about or even think about Canada and ostriches in the same sentence. One, when I sat down to talk about this, I thought, how many ostriches actually live in Canada? Two, do they like the cold? Are they just fine with the snow? Like, I know Australia gets snow, but surely not like Canada, right? And three, why does the government want to kill these big birds so damn bad? What is their motive behind this? And I know that they say it's for bird flu health reasons for other poultry and other stuff, but that is very suspicious. Now, when we first get into this, let's see what CBC has to say about this.
One is for the main quarantine.
This is wrong.
A dramatic confrontation as the Canadian Food Inspection Agency issues a warrant
Look at me in my eyes.
to take control of nearly 400 ostriches on this farm near Edgewood, British Columbia.
Can I just say, we have so many goddamn problems in Canada. Why do we need 15 RCMP officers to come to this goddamn farm and kill these big birds? Like, can we just focus on what we need to? Holy Christ, man.
The agency is assisted by dozens of RCMP officers
And my dog got
who
scared.
say they are here to keep the peace.
Support this operation safely to ensure, public and officer safety while CFIA is conducting their business.
For nearly 10 months, owners of the Universal Ostrich Farm have been fighting to save their birds after 2 tested positive for avian flu and dozens died. The farm says the rest of the flock has been disease-free for more than 250
Look at those happy little birds, huh? Look at them.
days and should not be culled, but rather studied
They're kind of ugly, but kind of cute, aren't they?
to advance science against H5N1.
Policy is not law. It is meant to change. We have a broken and fractured policy within the Canadian Food Inspection Agency.
But several experts say there is little to be learned by studying the birds, and the CFIA's approach is the safest.
The risk that H5N1 presents is so serious, both to animal health, to the safety of the Canadian food supply, to our economy, and to human health.
Moved in, emotions ran high. Owners are demanding the ostriches be retested for the disease. Jacinta D'Andrea once worked for the agency years ago.
And personally, I had to carry out destruction orders at my time with the CFIA, and it was a nightmare.
The owners are
Personally, I think the Canadian government is really worried about this. I think they're really worried about scientists coming up, with a permanent vaccine coronavirus. Anyway, it's still interesting because, they say it infused into mass. I'm not sure, but I just think, there's no reason to kill these birds unless you absolutely have to. And let's just see where we are. Well, there's clearly some people there protesting. Camera quality is quite doggo. Anyway, so Canada's killing a bunch of ostriches for basically no reason other than that, they don't want to ship them off to U.S. because Donald Trump is a bad guy. That's why. And Robert Kennedy Jr. can't save these birds. They can't give them that publicity. So they're going to kill them anyway. And it's pathetic. That's just a bit of yapping. So, what do you guys think about the ostrich call? I mean, I personally, what's the harm in if Canadian Federal or Food Inspection Agency does not want them in Canada and the US is offering to take them, why not just allow them to do that? There's no issue. The Food Inspection Agency, their biggest worry is that the bird flu is going to spread because even though these birds are healthy now, they can still be a carrier, right? Even though these birds are healthy now, they can still be a carrier and get other birds sick. So their biggest worry is that that's going to happen, which means they have to kill all the birds, which, destroy all the birds. It's crazy. All right. Let me know what you think of that one. See you in the comments. Thanks for coming by. See you in the next one.